Guys, what's going on? Welcome to Serial at Midnight. My name is Heath, and in this episode, we're talking about comics at Ollie's. It's another Ollie's Comics Spotlight. Everything I'm about to show you, if you see the shadow here, these are the comics found at Ollie's. All the stuff found at Ollie's. Man, we got a lot of ground to cover. Let's just jump right into it. We're going to start with heavy hitters. Literally heavy hitters. This is the Walking Dead Compendium, Volume 1. And this is, well, it's heavy in terms of weight and size. Listen, don't hit people with the Walking Dead Compendium Volume 1. But also heavy in terms of like, popularity. Like, wait a minute, Doc, this is heavy. You can find the Walking Dead Compendium at Ollie's? Well, wait a minute, this is heavy, Doc. This is Volume 1. It does not have the price tag on it. I believe this was well under $20. It was 20 or below. See, here's the thing. I got to be honest with you guys. I bought some of this stuff myself, but some of this was actually a lot of what you're about to see was sent to the channel by benefactors who wish to remain anonymous because, listen, legitimately, behind the scenes, there's a vast network of collectors who are looking out for one another behind the scenes here. Like previously I was looking for a Deadpool omnibus that was coming up at Ollie's and I could not find it. But behind the scenes, a lot of people, we were able to do a lot of trading for that. So let's continue that in the comments of this video. Let's look out for one another because what shows up in like Arizona or whatever, you know, what shows up in Pennsylvania might not show up in Georgia, right? Or vice versa. So we can help each other out. So some of this stuff does not have price tags on it. But Walking Dead Compendium Volume 1, guess what? Walking Dead Compendium Volume 2. These are huge, man. That first one is 48 issues. This is issues 49 through 96. So 2 compendiums. These had a $60 retail price. Again, under $20 if I'm correct on that one. So that's a find. That's a great find. But you know what else? Walking Dead Compendium Volume 3. And this is, of course, issues 97 through 144 in all of its black and white goodness. Rick. So anyway, they're beautiful books. You know what? Let's just finish the collection. Walking Dead Compendium 4, the last compendium. This is, if you find all 4 of these bad boys at your Ollie's, guess what? You have all 193 issues of The Walking Dead. I can't believe that Ollie's was able to get a hold of these. I think it's incredible, or as they say in France, incredible. It's stunning to me, man. And so such a cool find for the comic book collector. Everything that shows up at Ollie's, I'm just kind of like, wow, like there's so much good stuff. Let's move on to the next one. This is the Jack Kirby. Now, some of you guys found this before I did, but I've kept my peepers open for this one. This is the Jack Kirby, what are they calling it? The Marvel Legacy of Jack King Kirby. I'm going to add the King myself because he was the King. This is a large format tribute, hardcover, obviously. Nice slipcase. This is the book outside of the slipcase. Man, this is Kirby and all of his... What's great for me is like in Thor Ragnarok, you see all the Kirby... It's not even Kirby inspired. It's just Kirby style all over the screen of that movie. So, let's see if I can do this well. It's really just a tribute to the art of a man who revolutionized comics. You know, Kirby... I'll be honest with you guys, when I was a younger comic book fan, coming up in the era of Jim Lee and Rob Liefeld and all those guys that went on to Image, Kirby's artwork to me felt dated and I didn't necessarily get it. I've aged into it and I see how magnificent it is and what he created and what he did that nobody else was doing. The Kirby crackle alone is wonderful. Anyway, this was a... see if that shows up for you guys. It was a list price of $50 and it was $7.99. This is not technically a comic, but I think it appeals to the comic book fan. This is the Amazing Spider-Man it's the art book. It's behind the scenes and beyond the web. This is essentially the art of the Amazing Spider-Man. Now these are going to be the movies with Andrew Garfield, right? Post. Wow, it's weird to think about like that. Like it's post Tobey Maguire, pre Tom Holland Spider-Man stuff. I enjoy those movies for what they are. I think those movies get kind of lambasted now, but I think that they do a lot right. They do some things that aren't, that they do some things I don't love too. But one of the things that I thought they really got right was the quippiness of Spider-Man, how he was always talking and how funny Spider-Man is. Anyway, this is a beautiful slipcase art book. It was retail price of $50 and it was $7.99. Batman 100 Greatest Moments. These are great for maybe younger collectors or people who have come from the movies and do not necessarily know a lot about the comics. I think these, you know, DC has done these, or they've licensed them, because I don't think these are published by DC, but they're really interesting kind of historical looks at the backgrounds of these characters. They've got it for Justice League. They've got it for, I know there's a Superman one, I believe. I think maybe there's even a villains one. And they kind of walk you through the entire histories of some of these comic book characters. Oh man, look, some early Poison Ivy and then some more modern Poison Ivy. Anyway, these are really cool, and they're good resources, right? For, again, for newer comic book fans or for comic book fans who do not necessarily, you know, if you've come to Batman through the Nolan movies, you don't necessarily know about any of this stuff. So it's a really cool resource for something like that. Here's one that I have. It's still sealed because I wanted you guys to see the price tag. This is the art of Captain America: Civil War, and beautiful book. Let's see. It says their price is $19.99. That's not right. Their price is $50, but it was $3.99 at my store. Is that a pricing mistake? That might be a pricing mistake. But anyway, I wanted you guys to know that this was out there. That's one of the reasons we do these videos, is just to kind of show you what's available, what's popping up. And again, because I have benefactors, this is not just my local territory. I've also heard reports of like Frank Miller's Wolverine showing up, none at my store. But this is a good sample of what you might be able to find. I don't think we've talked about this in one of these Ollie's videos before. If we have, please forgive me. I know I've talked about it, but I think it was for Patreon, because we put up like 4 to 5 hours of Patreon content every single month. By the way, 79 exclusive videos on Patreon that will never be coming to the main YouTube channel. People often say, like, you know, what's the point? Well, there's a lot of stuff there, and you're helping us to meet our long-term goals to continue to grow better equipment, better microphone. This is a new, better microphone. So it does go right back into the channel. But this is straight out of my childhood, straight out of my heart. It is the Transformers Vault, written by Pablo Hidalgo. Now, Pablo Hidalgo, in the years, like, he's like a big Star Wars mover and shaker now. Is he in the story group for Lucasfilm? I don't remember, but he's kind of a keeper of the Star Wars flame, but he's a big Transformers fan as well. And so this is one of those vault books that has lots of, it's got a lot of information in it, but it's also got a lot of pullouts, pack-ins. Like, here's the Transformers poster, but we also have, look, I'm not gonna take this out and unfold it because I'll never get it back in. Look, I'm already unable to get it back in. All right, I'm gonna put this over to the side, but let's talk about the price real quick. $40 book, $6.99. Incredible. All right, let's get into like proper comics that aren't like the heavy hitting stuff, but just like really good comics. Stephen King, The Stand, Soul Survivors. This is a $24.99 book, marked down to $4.99, or Ollie's price, $4.99. Previously, on Serial at Midnight, we found Suicide Squad Volume 1 at an Ollie's. We have since found Volume 2, and Oh, fellas, I almost lost it. And volume 3. Now these are the 80s into the 90s Suicide Squad, not the modern. There's a more modern Suicide Squad. Stay tuned, with Harley Quinn on it and everything. These are the 80s John Ostrander Suicide Squad novel trade paperbacks. I have an almost full run of this in issues. $19.99 for marked down to Ollie's price $3.99, and again $19.99 but $3.99. So very excited about those. Great reads if you're new to it. X-Men. What is this called? The Road to Onslaught. This is volume 1. Now this is my era of X-Men from like 92 to about 98 maybe. Really until Grant Morrison came on and all the X-Men started wearing black leather, which I know is when a lot of people came on. That's when things got a little weird for me and I kind of jumped off. I didn't jump off. I read all those, but it lost me a little bit because it was such a different take. This is like prime my era of X-Men. And I think I've got all these issues already in single issue form. But I saw this trade paperback and it's a $39.99 cover price for $7.99. And I just had to buy it. I love this stuff. Like, look at the size of the Juggernaut. Like, it's ridiculous. It's so cartoony and exaggerated. Look at Wolverine. But it's so... I don't know, man. Like, I love this stuff. This is when I was... I love the... 90s comics are so problematic because, of course, there was so much excess. The alternate covers, the gimmicks, the style over substance. But I came into my fandom so much during that era, and there was such good stuff happening that I forever... Like, you can't take... What you love when you're 12, you'll love forever. I believe that's true, and I will always... And I wasn't 12 when that book came out, but that era of X-Men, love it. Wonder Woman by Mike Deodato. This is not a volume. It's not like volume 1. I think this is the only book of its kind. It's all of Mike Deodato in one book. Collects Wonder Woman 085, 90 through 100, and Legends of the DC Universe number 4 and number 5. $25 cover price for $4.99. Harley Quinn Volume 1. Now this was like the box pack that comes with this super creepy mask. This mask is probably going to show up like in the background of the set in the movie room at some point. But this is, you get both of this. I believe it was $4.99. I took it, like I unboxed it and I took the mask out, and I have this book in issue format as well, or in single issues as well. But I mean, the mask alone is worth $5. So it really captures the creepiness, but the coolness at the same time. Deadpool. Which one is this? What Happened in Vegas. This is Deadpool Volume 5. Collects Deadpool number 23 through 26 by Daniel Way. And it had a cover price of $15.99 for $2.99. Deadpool Volume 3. I'm sorry, we're out of order here. I didn't realize. This is Deadpool number 13 through 18. Is there any more Deadpool? There's no more Deadpool. Cover price of $15.99 for $2.99. I like the cover on that one. Domino's face. Priceless. Harley Quinn. What is this? Harley Quinn and her gang of Harleys. Don't know what this is. Was not even... Like, I read Harley Quinn, but this was a 6-issue miniseries. Miniseries? This was a 6-issue miniseries. I sound like that kid from the Goldbergs. That was the summer that my brother Barry discovered Harley Quinn, and it was never the same after that. So this is it's the complete 6-issue miniseries of Harley Quinn and her gang of Harleys, written by Frank Thierry, Jimmy Palmiotti, and hot new artist Morissette. Hope I'm saying that right. Boom. Harley Quinn's little, or just Harley's little black book. There's no Quinn. Harley's little black book. A lot of Harley. What if I did the rest of the video like this with the muffle, the muffle on my voice? This is One Bad Girl, A Billion Good Guys. Oh, I'm sorry, a bajillion good guys. The Ultimate Team Up book. Amanda Connor, Jimmy Palmiotti, Neil Adams, Simon Beasley, Joseph Michael Linsner, Billy Tucci, John Timms, and more. That's a cover price of $29.99 for $5.99. Did we do the cover price on this one? It's $3.99. Well, what is it? $16.99 for $3.99. Moving right along, I'm gonna speed it up. Batman Arkham Knight Volume 3 from the video game universe, the Arkham video game. It's not a cinematic universe. The Arkham video game universe. There's a price on that one. Squirrel Girl. What is this? The Unbeatable Squirrel Girl beats the Marvel Universe. This is a cool hardcover. Who is it? $24.99 marked at Ollie's for $4.99. All right, let's do this in the best order that we can. Robin War from the Pages of Batman. This is yeah. I could go off on a lot of this stuff for a longer time, but I'm trying to be expedient, right? So, Robin War, cover price $24.99, $4.99. Your price, $4.99. All right, here we go. Batman. This is the award. Wait, did he win an award? This is the much acclaimed Scott Snyder New 52 Batman. This is volume 4. 0 Year, Secret City, hardcover, $19.99, marked down to $4.99. That was volume 4. Here's volume 5. Here's volume 5. Oh, it's Batman. I like that guy who fights crime at night. Where's the price? $19.99, marked down to $4.99. Then we skip a few. We go to number 8. This is volume number 8. $24.99 for $4.99. $5 Batman hardcovers is wild. That's crazy. I gotta hand it to Ollie's. If anybody from Ollie's is watching this video, you're crazy in the best of ways. I mean, that's a really good deal. That's a great bargain for the comic book fan. Volume 9, Bloom, $24.99, marked down to $4.99. And Volume 10, Epilogue, The End of the Road. Does this have a price? Yes, $20, marked to $4.99. That's all the comics, but one of the benefactors sent me some stuff that they know, because they watch the channel and they know what I'm into, right? They know how I do. So we got from the Ollie's book section, Woodstock Live. This is like a day by day, hour by hour, band by band account of what went down at Woodstock. So Sunday at 12:30 a.m., 12:30 in the morning, Creedence Clearwater Revival played. They played for 50 minutes, and they played, here's the songs that they played, and here's who was in the band when they did play. And it's the entire Woodstock event, and I think that that is just the coolest. And then there's a whole section in the back about the people who weren't there, like people who were maybe invited and were too busy. So we talk about the Beatles, and we talk about, I think, Clapton. Here's Joni Mitchell. Really, really cool stuff. If you're, oh look, Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young. Love it. Didn't know that book existed. And the last, but certainly not the least, The Beatles Are Coming. This is a book about the, it's basically just a snapshot of the Beatles. It's a book, okay, but it's also a DVD. So it's a documentary, and it's a book with tons of, there's some photos in here that are less common. I mean, they get into like shooting of the movies and behind the scenes. They get into like the marriages and stuff like that. Here's a chronology for each year, like what happened at what point in time. So thanks to the person that sent that to me. Thank you. I love it. I love it. So guys, this is what's happening at Ollie's right now. But what's happening at your Ollie's, we want to know. Share it with the community. Get the conversations started in the comments of this video. And if you have something that someone else doesn't have, or if they have access to something that you don't have, let's form a network of collectors. Let's find a way that we can kind of keep that going, and really look out for one another instead of scalping things, right? Or like buying these things and then just turning around on the internet and selling them for $5 less than cover price. Like let's look out for one another and really try to help each other out. And I can tell you a lot of this stuff's going to be going into the Cereal at Midnight prize box. So there'll be opportunities to win some of this stuff. We got prize packs going out like this week for a previous social media contest. So keep your eyes peeled to what's happening at Cereal at Midnight. Keep your eyes peeled to the shelves at Ollie's Bargain Outlet. We love them so much. If anybody from Ollie's is watching this, you guys are crushing it. You're doing a great job. So thanks to you guys for watching this video. I do appreciate you so very much. Take care. And until next time, I will catch you later.